So really simple concept of the video today. Lots of people online ask, I'm off to Peaslake, first time, where do I go? So I'm just going to outline some of the more popular trails, nothing too crazy, all of which are reasonable distance from the car park, and I'm going to make a downloadable GPX file below if you wish to follow. Surrey Hills is not exactly for beginners. You can come here, but you've got to do your own risk assessment. This is an extreme sport, so be careful, beware. There's some extreme trails here, all that sort of stuff, at your own risk. Come out of the car park, head back towards Peaslake. We're going to go over to that side of the hill with Barry's Nose Best, Yogurt Pots and a couple of others first. Nice and easy, get yourself warmed up. Road. When you get to this road, cross over. When you get to this V, you go right. When you get to this V, you keep going straight up the hill. Turn right here. Now, Yogurt Pots, if it's been even remotely wet in the last few days, will have poles on it. It hasn't, so we should be good, but it's a puddly, when wet, trail for sure. Right, I don't really feel warmed up, quite frankly, for the downhill, especially with cornering. Things a bit off. We'll get there. So this trail, watch out, families down here, sometimes little children walking and you name it, all of the most ridiculous and inadvisable things, joggers. Right, yeah, this is a main dodgy bit because you're going to get air. And I've crashed on that jump there because it's on a corner in a ravine. Nowhere to go. You land right. Right, just to summarise, yogurts is pretty much suitable for anyone, particularly in the dry. I've seen little children, like 4-year-olds, come down it. But if you go too fast, you're going to come unstuck. So the next one we're going to go down to is called Crack Pipe. This is in a more advanced trail, so skip this part of the GPX loop, it's a little loop out, unless you're a more advanced rider. But otherwise, it's because it's quite steep. But otherwise, have a look at the video and see if it's your thing. Crack pipe going left here. Like to run it. My cornering is not, for some reason, feeling good. Could be anything from slowing down to walk the other day. This is the steep section. Bit particularly there is steep. There's off camber here, so can really catch you out. But once you're in these ruts, they will at least stop you, hopefully, sliding out from a burn. There is a little jump at the end, but I got that timing wrong. Yeah, so watch out for cars because you spit out onto the road. Left here for the climb, back up. Actually, you're going to end up back at this crossroads. Yogurts came out there and you turned right there for Crack Pipe. We're now going to do Telegraph. which is fast, fun, pedally. Really, it's only kind of challenging if you go very fast. Right, this is when it gets quite fast downhill. There's a drop here if you're going fast enough, which I was, to be pointing the wrong direction then. Oh yeah. Not nailing anything at the moment. Oh, except for that. That was perfect. And we're at the bottom. There's lots more you can do over here, but we're going to head back up the hill because I wanted to keep this relatively easygoing distance-wise for anyone that wants to follow the GPX and just cover the main ones. Yeah, going to pop out back on the fire road you came up earlier on, which is going to drop us down into Barry's. So I wasn't feeling quite at home on the bike, and I suspected in the back of my mind that the hot weather had maybe upped the pressure in my suspension a little bit, and it has. I normally run at 70-ish, and that's why it's feeling a little bit harsh and lacking in grip, that and the looseness. So I may resolve that back at the car park. Now let's drop into a look at Barry's. Well, I might even resolve it now. Fire road ends, and we're dropping into Barry's, and I did indeed drop about 4 psi out of the forks, which is the tiniest of little lips. So we'll see how it feels. It's more the rear is feeling harsh at the moment. The drop there, someone got very badly injured on, so it is rollable, so go slowly. Roll it, that's more advice. No, this is not going to be one of my speed runs, that's for sure. Extremely loose. I'm going to catch up with someone in a minute. There are a few spots to jump, there's plenty of routes to catch towards, and then got led into that. The wrong side of the tree. Someone's been doing it. Oh, I've caught this guy up, he's pretty fast, so I'm not unhappy, I'll just gives me a chance to practice a bit more technique like that. There's a jump here. So many trees on the outside of bends, so careful if you're going fast. Sometimes a bit less speed just gives you that chance to play around a little bit more. Right, careful dropping onto the road. This road will drop you back into Peaslake, where you hang the left, back to the walking block, so I'll see you there. So I'd like to do Captain Clark, Captain Sensibles, or different names. The end of that's quite advanced, so I think we'll do that second. Supernova is definitely more advanced than anything that we've done so far, unless you go slowly. So there's lots of different ways to Supernova. I prefer the full run in from a different name track. So that's the way I'm taking you. Come up that climb, you're going to stop here, you're going to have a little rest, especially if you're not on an eve. And you're going to turn back on yourself and head down this one. Now this isn't Supernova, it's just one of the nice trails that runs into it. There's a lot of different options, frankly, to run into it. This is just my preferred one. Nice. Long line for the second one. Cleared it now. There we go. So Supernova, ride it slowly the first time. You should do that on every trail. That's what they're all about. Case that. But it was a reasonably tidy arc. Now whacked up the power. Yes, cleared that nicely. Came down the front wheel nicely. Yes, cleared that too. Definitely feeling like the slightly more pedal strike, although I have more compliant suspension. I'm also going to be running a bit lower and therefore more likely to get pedal strike, so I've got to be aware of that. This is very eroded and bumpy at the moment. You're going to come around these two berms straight into a couple of jumps. Oh, went miles on that one. Landed a bit offline, but a little tweak of rear brake just brought the back end around. Something I wouldn't have been able to do a while ago. Now, some tables. There's a little jump there. There's a skinny there. I haven't had a go at that in quite a while. I'm always just going a bit too fast. Now, got a lot of vesicles down here. The limiter is cutting in and out, which is unhelpful. Now, oh, this jump. Oh, that wasn't too bad. smoothness wise. Right, so that's supernova. It drops you back to the walking bike and car park. So we're going to turn for our final climb. We're going to go and do Captain Sensible, which is particularly the last section of it is a bit more advanced, particularly if it's wet, but yeah, not one I advise unless you know what you're doing. But what we're going to do is when we finish that, we're going to come back up this road here on our right, do a little loop, and then Proper Bow entrance is just there on the right. So if you're not up for something a little bit more advanced, which you're going to see in the next video, just cut off this section of the GPX loop and go down there, turn right into Proper Bow, and you'll be able to follow the last part. And this is the beginning of Captain Coke, Captain Sensible, Captain whatever you want to call it. And oh yeah, suspension being compliant is feeling much better now. A little bit less pressure on it. Right. Into the technical section. Oh, there's a straight run through there, some little tables. Right, now this is where it gets well sketch, particularly when you're wet, because it's well bumpy and heavily eroded. There is a little chicken run off to the right, which is significantly less dramatic, particularly in the wet. It looks bad when you come down in the wet, but somehow there usually is some grip. So that fire road will bring you back to here, and you come up here, ride past Proper Bow, so you can get a nice downhill run in, depending on your skill ability, of course. Right, this is a bit drier, thankfully. Gotta watch out for pedal strikes with the new, more compliant suspension setup. Not quite so. Oh, I'm getting all these corners wrong. Right, when you get to this one, you know you're in. Gotta run in for the jump. There used to be a drop there, but it's eroded to a rollable step. That's not the route I normally take. But I popped off. The next section is well, you will get all sorts. I would have obviously braked more had they not been stepping out the way, but as they were already, there's no point. However, you've got to remember these trails are not marked. They might be, these may be obviously official sanctioned trails to us. This one is, but not to a walker, because they're not, you know, fairly obvious to me because of the vast amount of tyre tracks. But that's what I'd look out for as a walker. However, you know, there's all sorts here. The city folk, people that don't see the country very often. Oh, I changed this bit. It's so much better. There is a jump into a berm, which I didn't get right. Now, all the way down this section, I'm doing about 15.5-ish, so I'm on and off the limiter. Oh, I really pop that up. You need a lot of speed. Oh, cleared it. Now, it's a lot easier on an e-bike, obviously, because you can put a few pedal strokes in. What I did, but normally you've got to really get that berm right, high speed, but the main reason I cleared that is it's one of the first times I picked that and managed to come decisively down on the front wheel, keeping the rear wheel in the air. Oops, sorry, squirrels. And that's it. We're done. .3 miles. So that's the end of the main part of the video. Just a 14-mile ride, which most people should be able to do. Just want to let you know it's not an instructional video. It's not a how-to video. It's how I do it, but not how you should do it. This is not a grading video or anything like that at all. You come here at your own risk. It's an extreme sport, very dangerous, so stay within your skill set. Don't ride anything you shouldn't. Walk everything first. Do all of those things and you should be okay. But if you want to be really safe, just don't start up mountain bike because it's flipping dangerous. However, if you want to carry on following the GPS, I will stick a link in the corner now to a few bonus trails to knock it up to 20 odd miles. Some really good ones out there, just a few more just to make the ride a little longer, but for now most people, you're in the car park, 14 miles is going to be enough.